everyone. My name's Darcie Lich, and I'm an Oblate lay associate in the Saskatchewan district community. And so is my husband, Mark.
Hi, everybody.
We are on Highway 11 right now. We're just on our way home from northern Saskatchewan, and we're in the middle of about a 3-hour drive. So I guess you could say right now we are neither here nor there, which kind of lends itself to today's gospel reading. You see, in the story of the prodigal son, in today's gospel, Jesus begins his parable by giving us a pretty good idea of where the main character is. If we had a map, we would see him located in what we can assume is a reasonably secure living arrangement with his dad and his older brother, and he knows that he's entitled to a third of his dad's wealth someday. So when dude looks at his map, he sees a pretty clear sign that says, "You are here." Fair enough. It becomes obvious pretty quickly that here isn't where he wants to be. He wants to be someplace else. He's physically here, but instead of being here, living here, trying to understand here, seek meaning here, being present here, his head is elsewhere. Someplace where he's pretty sure it's better. In fact, he's so convinced of it that he's ready to pick up sticks and leave. And so he knows his father has something for him that will eventually be given to him for his benefit. And instead of waiting for it, he just demands it now and he sets off. He wants different. He wants better. He wants more. And wherever it is, whatever it is, it ain't here. So he heads for someplace else, a there that seems so full of promise. And he gets there. But the funny thing about there is that no matter where you go, when you get there becomes here. Follow? So, despite his conviction before he got there that it would be better there, he finds when he gets there that here is no better than the here that he was in before. In fact, it's so much trouble that here is worse than it was there, and suddenly he finds himself wishing he could go back there because there wasn't so bad after all when it was here. But now it's impossible. He can't get to the old there. He's wandered too far away. He's burned too many bridges, and he's certain that even if he could get back there, he wouldn't be welcome there. But he can't stay here. So left with no alternatives, he has no choice. So he turns around and he tries anyway, and he heads for this new there, which is the old here. But it won't be the same. And doubting that there will be the here that he longs for, that he needs, he heads on the way back. And even then, he isn't present to where he is on the journey, right? His head is elsewhere as he rehearses the speech that he's going to give when he gets there. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. He's neither here nor there. But doesn't it seem to go that way? It does for me anyway. No matter where I am, my head is always on some there instead of here. And if that there is a destination and I actually make it there and it becomes my new here, there is always another there. Now, if this all sounds complicated, it's because it is. It's human and we're complicated. God knows I am. Don't get me wrong though. I'm not always thinking of or hoping for somewhere else. From time to time, those days with those profound God moments, I'm like Peter. Lord, it is good for us to be here. Let's build a tent and stay here. But those mountaintop moments, they're kind of rare. The reality is that on any given day, if you were to hand me a map that says you are here, you'll find me with my head and my heart in any one of 1,000 other places. Sometimes those theirs are about the if-onlys. If I'm paying post-secondary tuition for our kids, instead of being here, giving thanks for them being able to attend and being able to make it happen with relatively small loans, I'm thinking about a there that would be much easier if we could just win tonight's 649. As I'm getting ready for work in the morning, instead of thinking about how I might be able to use my gifts to serve God, I'm annoyed because my dress pants don't fit. And then I follow that down a rabbit hole thinking about how much happier I'd be if I could get rid of those last 10 pounds that I just can't seem to lose. Sometimes the there is about the old here being the new there and wishing that I could go back to a there when the threat of World is the furthest thing from my mind. Back to the there when both of my parents were still alive. Back to the there when I was younger and my back didn't hurt. Sometimes there is the stuff that I've done in the past and it bugs me and I can't do anything about it. Lying in bed at night, instead of giving thanks for the day that I just had, I obsess over the angry email that I got from my parents at work yesterday. Or more often than not, my brain keeps me awake trying to come up with the perfect line that I would have used to win an argument that I lost back in 2016. Sometimes there is thinking about the theres that I have to avoid. Like looking at a reconciliation schedule in the parish bulletin, knowing that every priest in the diocese knows who I am and what I do for a living. Several of them are good friends, and so I'm not going. How can I? They'll know too much about me. I'll prove to them that I'm unworthy as I know I am, so I can't go there because that there will become here and that here would be unbearable. Neither here nor there. I'm so wrapped up in myself that I lose sight of the fact that the here that I'm in is a blessed place to be, in the presence of the Father. And instead, I either dream or obsess about other theirs, or even demand the blessing that's coming to me, and I march off with my own plans in mind because what's happening here and now just isn't doing it for me, and I'm tired of waiting around. The thing is, though, it's one of life's greatest ironies that no matter where we go, there we are. There's just no getting away from ourselves or from God. See, in the parable, the Father was here to begin with. And in that here, in the presence of the Father, the Son had everything that he needed. Love, acceptance, security. It's when he wanders away from that here that those things evaporate. And he knows it. He knows he's blown it. Hoping against hope for even a fraction of what used to be here for him, he tries to make his way back. And in my opinion, here's the key point of the story. He doesn't get there. And it's not because there doesn't exist anymore, but it's because the Father comes to meet him right where he is. In fact, he doesn't just come to him, he runs out to meet him. The Father is here with him, bringing assurances of love, acceptance, security, the stuff that had been there all along and was still waiting for him. And he's saying to his Son, his beloved one, I'm here. I'm here. Right here and you're here. Forget there. You're here with me. Be here with me. God is here in our here. And so are we. We just need to be reminded once in a while that here is where we're supposed to be. So, friends, as we continue our Lenten journey, may that journey not be to some new there that we feel drawn to because we're certain we're missing out on something. May it not be to some old there that causes us pain. Instead, may our journey be one of constant awareness of the here that finds us in the Father's presence with everything that we need. May we look more closely at our own maps and see the sign that says, you are here.